So I have been shooting on the Sony FX30 and I just want to talk about how great the build quality is. Now, I got this camera over like a competitor like the Fujifilm X-H2S because I just love the look of the body, to be honest. And when I got it, I was really happy that it delivered on the promise of the looks because it basically feels like a mirrorless traditional body and a cinema-like camera cube had a baby, and it's just the best of both worlds. It has these wonderful mounting points where you're able to just not need a cage. I really haven't found a need to have a cage. And you have this wonderful grip that feels really great in your hand. And you have these buttons near it that you can program. Of course, you have these built-in buttons already, like the iris, the white balance, so just all the important things that you would need for video. And of course, you have a recording button that when you press it, you have these red lights that show up that make sure that you're actually recording, in case your card gets corrupted or any reason like that, you'll know for sure that you're not recording, or if you are. There's a wonderful LCD screen that has touch ability as well, and I think that was a nice addition. They didn't have to add that, but it was great that you can actually use the touch features. And what I love most about it is that you can actually, flip it around. It helps, especially if you're a solo shooter and you're trying to see if you are in the shot or not. Essentially, what I think they did is take the expensive Sony FX3 body and put it just in a more affordable package, and it has that same premium magnesium alloy body, which I think is the same. The only thing that kind of feels plasticky is the SD card slot. That does kind of have a plasticky feel, and also the battery compartment kind of feels plasticky. But other than that, I feel like that wouldn't break unless you're being very rude and brutal with it. But it just has that wonderful feeling, and it has that small compactness that you can just take it and travel and not be afraid to kind of throw it around, because it does have that metal feeling body to it. I also like the way they hid the ports. I actually was confused because I didn't know where some of the ports were, and the way that they pull out and kind of disappear once you close the little compartment. And that's really nice design. Of course, you have the fan, which is an important part of the Sony Cinema line to keep the camera cool so it doesn't overheat. I think not enough is said about the beautiful design of this camera and the attention to detail they put into it. I think for the build quality alone and the design, I think it puts it above some of the competitors in the same price range. And so far, I've really loved the image quality out of this, so for it to also have a great feeling and build quality, it was just the icing on the cake.